Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Nëïgsëndöïg Cöcülës show. My name is Nëïgsëndöïg, the namesake for this here podcast. For today, I want to do more open source AI tools. There is an exception to this one, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Now, at this stage, AI is being used to replace lots of people who are doing their job unprofessionally, even if it turns a profit for a company of some sort. Now, it is that us humans, or rather Homo sapiens, are way too expensive. And this is not the case. These people just want to save money. So, I don't know what the dealio with that is. Then again, I don't think there's anything we can do about this. So, let's actually do something about it. Now, I have gone ahead and utilized one of the guides I was able to get for free from HubSpot. And essentially, they have some guides on how to utilize AI to make money. So, there are some tools that are found. I've also gone ahead on YouTube side and tagged the HubSpot guys because y'all are tripping on the FOSS side of things. Anyway, first things first, one of the tools they recommend. Now, before I get to this, these are tools that are recommended for content creation and graphic design. I will actually bring up the guide itself. You may have heard my keyboard there. It is AI Productivity Stack, writing, content creation, design, and creativity purposes. Well, we've got some shenanigans on that front there. But we'll get started with the content creation. First, Jasper. This is an AI content platform that breaks creativity blocks, and it 10x's the speed of the content you create. That doesn't sound very good. Well, make it proprietary slop, paid, and probably predatory in its monetization. Yikes. I have a couple solutions to fix this. I used Alternative 2 to do this because, obviously, I did have to find some niche things, but otherwise, I found some pretty good items. First off, Tux SEO. It is an MIT licensed AI based content creation suite, optimizing in search engine optimization in blog posts, matching your brand's tone, whatever it is. You can do keyword research with scheduling content, and, well, you might want to use what I do in bonus episodes 1 and 2. I explain that in depth here. And by the way, if you want to listen to the bonus episodes, this is not possible on YouTube. I made it impossible on YouTube. You have to go to the Wavelake RSS feed or click the link below to get to the actual podcast. Because that's where I'm going to host the bonus episodes. You can literally listen to this in like any sort of podcast 2.0 app, such as Podverse or Fountain FM. I recommend Fountain if you want to earn some Satoshis if you are into Bitcoin. But otherwise, let's get into it. Let's just keep going. You can scale within minutes once you're big enough. But let's go to the pricing, because this is where your wallet hurts. It is free to use, though they do allow one project, 10 recommendations, 3 generated blog posts, 5 competitors, and 3 post comparisons. 3 rival post comparisons. Now, you can do Pro. It allows unlimited projects, blog post recommendations, generations, competitors, competitor posts, or rather, competitor post comparisons, custom keywords, automatic endpoint posting, backlink exchanges, OG images, which, by the way, are automatic. You get priority support, and feature requests are prioritized to you. You have to pay $1,000 a year if you go annually, or if you pay monthly, you pay 1.2 thousand US dollars. We are using US dollars here because I live in the US. Next up, Unique, or rather supposed to be unique. This is a free software program licensed under GPL version 3. It is a multi-language generator allowing for free texts and articles for websites and blogs. You have SEO optimized copywriting, and it will take just moments, rather 5 minutes, to get this stuff done. Now, I was going to test something with it, however, I decided against that. So I will personally go ahead and go to the second tool they recommend. HubSpot, y'all are tripping. Chat GPT. This is a trip show upon another trip show upon another trip show. We all know what ChatGPT is. It's proprietary garbage. The data set is absolutely unethical. Someone actually exposed this and passed away right afterwards. But that's okay. I have some solutions to get away entirely from ChatGPT. There are some options. Your first option is going to be Jan, which is an offline GPT alternative from Singapore. I actually heard about it from a fellow podcaster in Uncle Bonehead, and I tested it out. I forgot to look at the license, but I think it's MIT licensed because a lot of people tend to do this sort of thing. Checking the license now. We are looking at MIT license. Oh, no, wait. It's free software. Apache 2.0. Well then, I will need to add that in. Add it in that it's free software under Apache 2.0. There we go. Next up, Ollama, which is a tried and true local AI. Basically, just the local AI thing. A lot of people know what this is. It is designed with customizability in mind. And I actually talked about a little something called Anything LLM, which I did talk about on Cöcülës Nation recently. It is an MIT licensed thing. This is Ollama, but you have front ends like Alpaca, Anything LLM, Open Web UI, and more of the like. I did not take a look at Anything LLM, but it is in fact open source. So I will go ahead and take a look at that. I want to see the source code to it. It is on GitHub. And it's by Mintplex Labs. They have this licensed under MIT. So it's also permissive. That's not good. Anyway, next, and the final tool for this one, Coj. I don't know if that's how you say it. This is an AGPL3 licensed AI second brain, learning from your notes using Obsidian or Emacs, your documents, and you have internet access with this thing. So, not entirely sure. It might be local first, and that's good. I would use the ghost method here. This will replace your search engine. It will help you with reading papers, and it will get you transparent, fast answers. And that's basically how this works. It is free software, as I've said. It is under AGPL version 3. You can download this for free or use a subscription model to pay for the service if you don't have the hardware capable of it. So there's that as well. Next up will be Grammarly. These HubSpot people, if I have not mentioned it already, are tripping hard. It is a completely baloney grammar corrector which utilizes weaponized AI because you are actually training the AI models used for Grammarly. It takes about 4 seconds to even get anything. Well, the privacy policy is actually flipped up because of that, and it does rely on a server that will give you some horrible espionage. It does not look good for your privacy. So, to keep things local first, I have 2 solutions. First one is Harper. This is used all the time in Obsidian, but here's the catch. No AI is used in any of it. I don't think you want to use AI for a grammar corrector. Yikes. Anyway, it is designed to be local only. It's not even self-hostable. You could probably try to find a way to do that, but it's supposed to run on device. It is under Apache 2.0, which means it is free software. Second option for this one is going to be a language tool, which is self-hostable. However, it will take slightly more time and resources than Harper does, Harper can do stuff in under 10 milliseconds. That's insane. Language Tool takes about 250 milliseconds. It's not really that private unless you self host it, which might be good if you know how to do self hosting, otherwise, no can do. It is actually more known than Harper is, but yeah. The bright side is that it is licensed under LGPL version 2.1, which means it's free software. Now, the fourth tool we will be going into is going to be Writer, spelled RYTR. It is a proprietary virtual writing assistant with SEO optimization, really designed for blogs and emails. But I have solutions. Well, what are the solutions? In the ChatGPT section, you can basically apply that to Writer and use some sort of prompting to make it to where you can have some sort of writer specifically for Qwen 3. I personally use Qwen 3 and I've actually been liking it. Though if you also want another good model for writing, Falcon 3 is a fantastic model for these purposes. I'd probably get like the 10 billion parameter model. Actually, now that I think about it, I will be... You know what? I'm going to get something real quick. Alright, I am grabbing Falcon 3 7 billion parameter version, and I will be testing it out here soon. Anyway, the fifth tool we will be covering today is going to be a little something called sudo write, spelled SUDO and then write. So basically sudo and write. Sudo is a Linux feature. It's primarily on Linux distributions. I am using doas now. I think I actually talked about this not too long ago. Anyway, it is an AI writing tool that helps with drafts to turn them into published works. However, it's proprietary and you don't know how it works. Most of these AI things are proprietary. Hey, how about we start vibe coding free and open source software using AI coding tools that will actually help us out? I would be happy to do that. Anyway, first things first, we have Scribely. It's a subscription-based, MIT-licensed visual novel generator and writing assistant to help those who have writer's block overcome it. There are quite a few dark patterns that I found on this software. It is, however, source available under MIT, but this could be wrong in my eyes. The alternative to this, just use Qwen 3 with anything LLM and use a system prompt as an editor or a writer. I personally like to use the system prompts that DuckDuckGo's AI chats feature tend to use. So I will always use those. Your second option is a free software option called Scrollwise. It is a co-pilot of sorts for creating creative fiction. It's for creative fiction. I actually hit my boom arm there. The pricing is reasonable at $60 a year, including multi-LLM support, advanced editor assisting, guided discovery, so basically a lot of brainstorming modules, detailed analysis, world-building tools, enhanced revision history and snapshots, and priority support. Now, I would rather write stuff myself, so does Sokyo, than use AI. This is a cool concept if you want to do some edits and whatnot, but again, you can just use anything LLM with any writing model you want. I just like using Qwen 3. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but Sokyo went ahead and participated in the Fediverse Writing Month competition not too long ago in November of 2025, and he wanted me to link something in the description below. So I'm going to go ahead and do that this episode only. That's going to be the book he wrote himself. And by the way, he sounds very, very similar to me. He's just lower in tone, I think, and lower in pitch too. So keep that in mind. Anyway, next, Midjourney and DALL-E. I'm going to combine these two together. This will tick off a lot of human artists here, but I love doing AI generated art. I just love it. Now, a lot of people, they really don't like this because it turns out it can actually do better and probably with some details that were missed than those who do it. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love what humans, or rather Homo sapiens, humans are something different. Homo sapiens do a fantastic job with this sort of thing. However, you got to be able to use AI for references, and that's what I do. Sokyo did the same thing as well with the now defunct Cöcülës Reddit readings. It's defunct now. Anyway, let's not care. Let's just do the alternatives. In this case, locally downloaded models from Civitai or Hugging Face. I personally use Civitai. Things like Stable Diffusion 1.5, SDXL, Pony, or IL. There are many of these models out there. I personally use Automatic 1111's Web UI to help me create these masterpieces, in AI terms, that is. You have to actually learn how to prompt properly without many disgusting artifacts that you'll find in AI slop. And I have done some experimentation with a 1.5 model recently, so that's pretty nice. Maybe some things there, sure. But if you know what you're doing, there are ways to fix this and make them look like a human did them, even though it is AI generated and it's not slop. It will not look like AI slop. A lot of people are going to give me flack for this. I do not care one bit about that. We have to adapt to using AI, otherwise, we are not going to have job security in the future. That's just my opinion on it. You can give me yours in the comments. Anyway, next, Visme. It's a presentation maker, just like LibreOffice Impress, and I would recommend LibreOffice Impress. There's another tool called OpenBoard Whiteboard, which is an AI-free, cross-platform interactive whiteboard, which is maintained by the DIP of the Canton in Geneva, Switzerland. It is free software under GPL version 3. I didn't find anything else that was interesting for me. Next, 11 Labs. It is a proprietary AI-generated voiceover and content repurposing application. It's actually a SaaS, a software as a service substitute. You gotta add substitute there. This is a Stallmanism. Anyway, it has quite the subscription model, which is the reason why they don't want us owning anything anymore, because this is stupid and loses these companies money. They do have a relatively reasonable model on the surface, but it comes with baggage, I will say that. There is another option called Cöcülës, which is an 82 million parameter, Apache 2.0 licensed, open weight model. Wait a minute, Apache 2.0? That's called free software, y'all. Anyway, this is a lightweight model, but it is comparable to other larger models. You can deploy this anywhere from production to even some personal projects. And I found that to be extremely cool. I found some other things, but they just aren't the same. Finally, for today, we have Synthesia.io. It's a proprietary video content creation suite with avatars and voiceover. If it's a big team, plans are actually pretty darn expensive. Yikes. The only option I see to this is stable video diffusion. Think stable diffusion, but for videos. And if you put the effort in, it might actually look pretty good. And that is going to do it for this episode. Each episode releases every Wednesday afternoon, provided without scheduling conflicts, at 4 p.m. Pacific Time. You can listen to this podcast on Wavelake, YouTube, or any Podcast 2.0 player. As I've mentioned, Podverse, Fountain, and AntennaPod, which I did not mention. And there are many more. Located in the show notes YouTube side, you can get the RSS feed and paste it to a player that does not support the Podcast 2.0 standard. That said, I am out of time for today's episode. Thank you, and good night.